Hey, welcome to the Easy Computer Fixes channel, and this is a quick video to talk to you about internet speed and how to check your own internet speed. Now, a lot of companies, maybe you're a cable DSL subscriber, maybe by satellite or even throughout your phone, iPad or whatever through 3G or LTE. One of the things that comes all the time is the speed of your internet connection. First of all, how do you understand the speed of an internet connection? When you subscribe basically to an internet service provider, they're going to give you a chart and say, oh, this is 1 megabits per second for 20 bucks, and this is 10 megabits a second for 40 bucks, and this is whatever speed for whatever price. And people just don't really understand too much about what internet speed is and what it means. Now, how can internet affect your browsing? Well, first of all, one myth. People they're gonna tell me, oh, well, my computer takes a long time to start up, but it's normal. I have a slow internet connection. I'm sorry, but it does not go together. Your computer is not slow at startup because of internet. It's two different things. The internet, slow or fast, is only when you use a browser or a piece of software that is connected to the web. Your computer, when it starts up, connected or not, does not use the web in itself to start up. It's basically just starting up, and it's the hardware and the speed of that hardware that makes a big difference. Nothing else than that. So that's the first thing you got to understand. Then you've got all sorts of ways that the company is going to tell you, well, okay, you got this speed, this speed, this speed. I'm going to show you, for example, my local cable provider here, and show you the different speeds that they're actually giving. So for example, here we have for internet, let's check the internet. Here are what they offer you for the internet. So let's check for the different, there must be a space here. Okay, I want to see the packages. Residential internet. Let's see what we have. So you got 5 megabits a second, 10, 15, 20, 30, 60, 120, and 200. And you see the different pricing. And first of all, internet is expensive. It's expensive also because as time goes by, and the internet itself, the connections to the internet from the service providers, the cost is actually going down. So using the internet, if you would pay a fixed price for 10 years, well, in 10 years your internet service provider is actually making more money out of you, even if it never made the price higher. So what is the internet speed that I should subscribe to? First of all, anything that is, in my sense, for most people, anything that is about 3 or 4 megabits per second or higher is probably way okay. And it all depends on what you're going to do, because one of the problems is if you watch YouTube videos, if you watch internet videos, then you might need at least 3 or 4 megabits per second. But some people that never watch videos online might actually be okay with a very low connection of 1 megabits, and that's it. So depending on if you use or watch videos and stuff like that, then you might want some service that is higher. An example is I upload a lot of YouTube videos, so I need fast connection. I've got a 60 megabit per second connection here at home from the cable. That's really fast, and for 95% of everyone that's using the internet, it's way too fast and totally not interesting to pay, as you see here, $71.95 a month for it, which is expensive, and it's actually more than that because that's for the first 6 months. I'm paying 84 bucks a month for 60 megabits connection. That's pretty expensive actually. So for most people, the basic connection is okay. Now that we talked about that, how do you test that connection? How do you test, do I have the speed that the company is actually selling me? Well, there's a very, very easy way to find out, and you do have, companies will tell you they have an online test on their website that you can try for. But if you want to try it, one of the best sites to test it is called speedtest.net. So you go to www.speedtest.net. There it's going to check for what's closest to you, and then it will give you a little button to make you actually start the test in itself. So keep in mind, if you have a slower computer, sometimes the scan can take longer depending on the computer you're using. If it's a little slow, the results might not be good. But if you have a computer that's quite new, this test should be quite good. First of all, on the map it's going to show you that it found an ISP. Where's the ISP or the server the closest to where you live? So it's going to check for that. What you need to know is, what is your internet speed? So if you don't know, call up your internet service provider and ask them, what's my internet speed? What speed should I have? And there's a big difference between what they say and the reality of things, especially if you're a cable subscriber, because cable subscribers are actually bunched together. So for example, there might be 100 different houses all connected to the same internet point on cable, which means that if a few of them are downloading big files at a great speed, it might lower the speed for everybody else. Some subscribers are not affected by that, as DSL, but DSL has another problem, is that if you're far away from the interconnections, DSL tends to be slower with distance. So are you paying for the speed that is advertised? Well, go to speedtest.net. Once you see that begin test right there, click on it and look at the speed that's showing up. I got 60 megabits. I'm actually very close. Here we are, 60, 61. You see that I'm actually having the connection speed that my service provider is telling me. Keep in mind that that can change with time. So in the evening, when a lot of people are using the internet, it might be slower. In the morning, it can be faster. Depends on what time of day sometimes. Usually you want to keep as close as possible to the actual speeds that are advertised. Here you see two numbers, the download and the upload. So if you are looking at the speeds, usually the internet is what we call asymmetric. It means that it's faster on the receive side than it is on the upload side. And this is what you see here. I have a 60 megabit download speed, but a 10 megabit upload speed. I'm really close at 9.89 here. To make this test real good, preferably don't be in Wi-Fi. Connect a wire from the Ethernet jack of your computer directly into the modem or your router, if you have a router. That will give you better results, the real results. If you are doing the results in Wi-Fi, this is a Wi-Fi result that you see here, which is pretty good actually. If you're doing that result in Wi-Fi, make sure your computer is close to the router. If your router is in another room, then you will immediately see that the speed is slower. As the farther away you are from your router, the slower the internet is going to be. It's the way it works with Wi-Fi connections. The farther you are, the weaker the signal. The weaker the signal, well, the harder the network cards actually have to work to make a good connection, it also means that it's going to be slower most of the time. So speedtest.net is the place to go to test your internet connection. And I would really emphasize that if you are into a internet connection that's much slower than what's advertised, call up your ISP and let them know you're not happy and you're paying way too much for a speed that's not there. And actually, when you subscribe to your internet service provider, there's a little, that little almost invisible star next to the speed. And when you look closely at the contract, it says, oh, well, it's up to that speed. For example, my 60 megabits per second connection, well, in a very small print under it, it says up to 60 megabits. Well, that's the way of saying, well, it can be slower than that. But it can be 60 also, but it can be slower. And for probably most people, it's slower than the actual number. Depends on how solid your connection is, how far away you are from the connected system itself. So everything counts. But if your speed is very far and you never get good speeds, and I actually seen clients here, because I'm a tech guy, and I seen clients that, they were advertised as 10 megabits, and you do speed tests, and you realize that every time you go and do speed tests, they're at 2, 3, never more than that. I always tell them, call your ISP, say you're not happy, and you want to have either a refund or you want to have a lower price because you don't have the real speed. And they know that. When you call them, if you don't have, if I didn't have 60 megabits, they know, because they can see the quality of the link of your modem when you call them. So don't stay put and say, oh well, I'm far away, that's why it's slow. No, call them and be a little mad at them, because they need to have these clients that call them and tell them that they have crappy service if you do. And of course, if you have a great service like I'm having now, which is really the good numbers, you can tell them also that you're happy with your connection. But still, 84, in my case, $84 a month is a lot of money. So you don't need to pay that high of a price. Keep in mind that if your connection's around 5 megabits per second, you can do almost anything on the web without having really a lot of problems. Why does someone need 60 megabits, for example, like me? Well, for a few reasons. I have a bandwidth cap that's much higher, because here in Canada there are almost non-existent unlimited bandwidths, so you really need to check that. And since I upload from 100 to 200 gigabytes a month of videos on YouTube, I need to check that and make sure that my connection gives me the possibility. Why that speed also? Well, upload speed of 10 megabits is pretty fast, so it doesn't take too long for me to upload my videos. Download speed at 60. Why would it be nice? Well, I do download very big files, ISOs of software that are sometimes 7, 8, 9, 10 gigabyte. And at 60 megabits per second, it's extremely fast to download. For me, that would be minutes, and for someone at 5 megabits, it would be hours. So it really makes a big difference here. So I hope you enjoyed this discussion on internet speed, how to test it, and what all these numbers mean. If you have any comments or questions, maybe you have a question or maybe you have a comment on your own internet service provider or the speeds you're getting, let us know. And if subscribe to our channel, you'll be informed when new videos are online also. It's a great way to know when new videos are online if you enjoy our videos. And also, if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up. It's a great way to increase the importance of the channel and make everybody know that we exist. And of course, hope that you'll come back to the Easy Computer Fixes channel. Bye-bye.